let's go back to the tab we started on. I know I've got some extra tabs over here this time because we're going to get into this time the help options for QuickBooks Online. So note that QuickBooks Online, being one of the most popular softwares for small to mid-sized businesses, has a vast array of help options, which is great. However, it can be a little bit confusing as well, because when we have too many choices, we tend to freeze up, get paralyzed. We don't know what to do. There's too many clothes in the closet, right? I can't pick anything out. I just want that my one shirt. I just wear the same thing every day. That'll make it easy. That's what I want to have happen. So what we need to do is kind of sort through all of the different help options. One of the ways that I would recommend sorting through all the help options is try to categorize what your objective is, and then try to list the help procedures that you would go through based on those objectives. So objective number one would be, the two main categories would be, are you looking for help with something that's related to the technical functioning of the software and or the payment options of the software, like billing type of questions, where of course you might want to be going to QuickBooks support directly, contacting Intuit, the owner of QuickBooks, because they're the ones that are going to help you with the actual technical kind of software issues. Number two, you need help with like bookkeeping kind of questions, how to set up the software, how to process the software, how to deal with tax information and general ledger accounts and that kind of stuff. You could still, there are QuickBooks options as well, but that is an area where you might be leaning towards other kind of options, such as keeping your CPA firm or accounting or tax firm in the loop, no matter what option you do, and possibly talking to, an accountant expert. Most accountants having familiarity with QuickBooks, as it's one of the most, popular types of software, or possibly looking in the help option here within the system, or looking elsewhere, such as Googling, or such as doing, YouTube search, looking for videos in that type of format, which is kind of a random search, but there's a lot of good stuff, although you have to sort through a lot of not great stuff. And then they also have the AI searches now. So ChatGPT is currently the most popular, I believe, AI source. So it might not be perfect, but it might be able to sort this information a little bit better for specific types of questions. So I find that to be interesting. Not perfect, but a good option to look at. All right, so what are the help options that we have available to us? Well, the main help options we have, number one, the help button in the QuickBooks itself, which is going to be a text kind of search type of option. Number two, we've got the Intuit website, so we can go to the Intuit website and look for help options there. Number three, we might have purchased support within QuickBooks, so we might have support in general for subscription, billing, technical problems, and we might try to up our subscription for more support for specific things like bookkeeping and possibly payroll options. And then, of course, again, we have YouTube searches, Google searches, where QuickBooks information, although it's not going to be perfect, is most likely more plentiful than other types of software, such as possibly one of its top competitors in the same kind of category is Xero accounting software. And I would think that if you compared the amount of resources available by people just posting resources between the two, QuickBooks would be vastly more than Xero. So again, there's pros and cons with that. On the Xero side of things, they have their own benefits. One of them possibly being that they might be a little less, laser focused on the U.S. kind of thing and more global, and have their eye on more of those types of things. And you could have a situation where, because they're a little bit smaller, maybe they're less bureaucratic and whatnot, and might be able to help out more people in a more traditional way because of that. So there's pros and cons to both of those, but one of the benefits of QuickBooks is that there should be at least a lot of stuff out there that we could sort through.